Welcome to Cryptids of the Corn. Each week, Justin and Jay take a look at a topic in the crypto and paranormal world. They focus on the Midwest and Appalachia of the U.S., but sometimes they venture out with everything from well-known monster sightings to one-off cryptids, live person interviews to actual fieldwork sneaking in some science lessons. There's sure to be something you'll enjoy. Please join us this episode of Cryptids of the Corn.
Hello, hello, and welcome back to Cryptids of the Corn. I'm the famous Mr. E.
And I'm the less famous, but more
Infamous.
infamous Jay. There you go.
And together we make a Cryptids of the Corn podcast. But this week, we are joined by a very, very special guest. My nephew, William. Say hi, William.
Hi.
So William and us, we're going to have a cryptid conversation.
Ooh,
We're going to talk about all the cryptids. We're going to just talk about stuff. So let's talk about first, Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Yep, Bigfoot, the big guy.
The big hairy guy that I think his armpits are full with hair.
I would not doubt it. So I seen a woman once at the Paw Paw Festival in Ohio that looked like that.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
My professor said it looked like she had Chewbacca in a headlock. Just walking around with all the hair coming out.
Was she French?
Hippie.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Hippie. But yeah, so William, what do you think about Bigfoot?
I would never want to see him with a mask on.
Yeah, that'd be scary. You know what's
Yeah.
scarier than just a Bigfoot? Seeing a Bigfoot with a hockey mask.
Yeah, that would be the worst thing ever.
It's like, why are you covered up? I'm not going to be able to prove who you are anyways.
Right.
No. It's a Bigfoot hugging frogman in a shower.
Now that's a t-shirt. If I've ever heard one.
Oh, man.
That's a t-shirt.
Yep. That's for our Patreon t-shirt special.
Bigfoot hugging frogman in the shower. All right. So what do you think Bigfoot is?
A gorilla and an ape combined with a human that farts a lot.
Yeah, I could believe it.
Oh, that's why they always smell
That's why
that
they
foul
smell.
odor. Yes.
Do they
Yeah.
fart because they're nervous or do they just fart?
They're like my mom. They just fart for no reason.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I do it, too.
Called out your mom on the show already. Remember, William, hundreds of thousands of people are going to hear this all over the world.
Yeah, no.
No, nothing given.
Just checking. Are you scared of Bigfoot?
No.
Yeah, I'm not scared of Bigfoot either, but you gotta give them their respect and their space, like any animal in the woods.
That's true. Yep.
What do you think about Bigfoot that throw rocks at people? Do you think they're just trying to play, or do you think they're just saying hey? What do you think?
Well, first of all, hay is for horses.
It is.
True. These are facts.
No comment.
No comment on that.
All right. So
What sort of things does Bigfoot do that you know about?
Screams a lot. They're Mr. and Mrs. Screams a lot.
can you give us a Bigfoot scream? Yeah. I think you actually shut off your mic.
What?
You yelled so loud it turned your mic off.
Yeah, here's slide back and then do it.
Yeah, roll back a little.
Now
bit.
do a scream. Oh, there you go. Now do a Bigfoot scream.
Ah!
There we go. Now we heard it.
I was like, it was very muted, but I knew it was louder than that.
Right.
But yeah, there we go. So, is that all you have for Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess let's take a swing at your favorite, the Dogman.
Oh, that's your favorite?
Yep.
Why is he your favorite?
Because this one over here
Pointing the
I don't
Justin.
know why you're pointing at me. You're the one that brought up the conversation about the Dogman.
Pointing at Mr. E.
told me that dogmans can talk.
Where can they talk? Do you remember? We talked about this. There's a couple different types. That's mostly the European Dogman.
I think I just had a brain fart.
Yeah, it's okay.
I have that all the time.
The show is 90% brain fart.
And real farts.
And just fumbling to find the right word. But yes, we talked about most of the Dogman in Europe have the ability to speak, or there's stories of them. The North American and Dogman and the Skinwalkers don't really get that story. There you go. Is that your Dogman impression?
Yes.
So, what do you think? Are Dogmen scary?
Yes, and also they poop a lot.
I'm sure they do. They're big. They're big.
And I'm pretty sure they're hangry because
They're
have no
hangry?
food.
Oh, maybe that's why they're always so aggressive.
I was going to say, we talked about that. The Dogman is not like the Bigfoot. They are not friendly.
Yeah, because I think the Dogmen think Bigfoots are Yetis.
Yeah? And we talked, why do the Dogman not like the Yeti? He has the whole idea of this.
Because Yetis live in caves and the Yetis don't let the Dogmans in.
Mm-hmm. Because they both are northern species.
So he's taking their homes? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So that's why the Bigfoot and the Dogman don't get along.
He has to go live out in the doghouse, huh? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So who do you think would win in a fight? A Bigfoot or a Dogman?
Good question.
A Bigfoot, because he can just make a bow and arrow with a stick and a vine and a piece of wood.
Very ingenuitous.
Yes.
So there you go. There's my brain fart. I forgot what the word was halfway through the word.
That's a good theory there.
We're getting all kinds of good thoughts.
I've never seen a Bigfoot bow and arrow.
Well, because if you see one, you're dead.
That's true. That's true.
That's the last thing you see is a Bigfoot pulling back a bow. Because you got to imagine the friggin' arrow that's coming out of that thing is about the size of your friggin' arm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh man, imagine that.
Like a harpoon.
Bigfoot with the longbow.
It'd be like a 15-foot draw.
It's a cypress tree.
Yeah, because they're like skeletons in Minecraft, except they do one shot instead of like 10 shots.
So like what in Minecraft?
Skeletons,
sorry.
Except it's one shot instead of 10 shots.
They're just because I'm sure the bolt that they shoot is probably the same size as the skeleton.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even think they sharpen their tips. It's just a big blunt,
just
like
a big
log.
chunk of tree. You don't need to sharpen it when it's going 100 miles an hour.
Exactly.
So, would you be scared to see a Dogman in the woods?
Yes.
Yeah, so would I. That's probably, of all the cryptids we've talked about, that is my top. I do not want to see.
Yeah.
Like Bigfoot, I seen him by Bigfoot. I'm fine if I see another one. I'm fine if I don't. I'm not scared of them. If you were respectful, I don't think they'll ever hurt you. As long as you don't cross, like anybody, with that line. So, what else do you have to add about the Dogman?
I want my life to be like one.
Yeah, say that. But what did you tell me before this? What do you want to be when you grow up?
A dog.
A dog man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you want to be a dog man? Because I would like to be a Bigfoot.
I want to be a dog man because I want to be so... I'm like dog man, kind of. I'm sleepy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just yell at people for no reason.
I've seen that.
Food.
I've seen that.
Maybe you are already a dog man.
I howl.
Okay.
I pant.
I've seen both of those.
And I bark.
The car ride back from the museum, he was just panting and growling.
What? Oh, man.
Yeah. And if you want to hear me talk, I'll say is without even saying is.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Yeah, he has a whole language of those.
Just little. I don't know what even to call that.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn.
It's called sound waves.
Yep,
infrasound.
That is correct. So, I think, Jay, do you have any questions for young William about the Dogman?
Let's think here. Can dogmen run fast?
Yeah. Did you hear Jay? He asked you a question.
Can Dogman run fast?
He can run as fast as a wolf.
Ooh.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah, that is very fast.
I'm not sure how fast wolves can run. I'm going to assume it's in the 30s.
Oh, if it was a fish, you'd know.
I would. It's not a fish, though.
I know.
There's no evidence proven. Remember, don't blow in the mic. So let's go across the Atlantic Ocean and go talk about an African cryptid.
Ooh.
The Mokele Mbembe.
Is that the elephant killer?
Yes. He brought that up before I even talked to him about it.
Oh, see, I don't even know anything about this. You
Yeah.
might have to teach me some stuff.
The elephant killer, the hippo killer.
What is
Yes.
it?
It's a giant thing that looks like a rhinoceros, except it's like different. It's a cryptid.
Okay.
Some people say, what kind of dinosaur does it look like? This is a little different than the Mokele Mbembe, but same area.
Okay.
I can't think of this actual one's name, but
But similar or
Yeah.
something. Okay.
same area. What dinosaur does it look like? You remember? Triceratops.
I was gonna say
I
that,
know.
but it just had that crown.
The big crown. It's really described kind of similar,
Huh, interesting.
and a lot of people think it is a maybe the last couple some kind of helmeted rhino. Rhinos had a much bigger diversity before the last ice age extinction.
Gotcha.
There was all kinds of rhinos had all kinds of weird shapes.
There was a woolly rhino too, wasn't there?
yeah, and they were like a bus with a 10-foot horn on the front.
Yeah. Those are fun. I think I fought them in Conan Exiles.
But then Paraceratheriums are cousins of rhinos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're big, tall monsters. It was the largest mammal to ever live.
Oh,
on
really?
land.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Paraceratherium.
Well, it's not bigger than my uncle. I don't know. I got nothing. I'm gonna make something up.
So, do you think why do they kill elephants?
For meat?
Or just because they're mean?
Because they're mad at elephants and hippopotamus, so they're like the killer from Scream, and the elephants and the hippopotamus are like the victims from Scream.
Did your mom let you watch Scream?
Oh, I watched Scream.
Did your mom let you watch Scream? I'm gonna have to talk to your mom.
Wait, no, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember who let me watch Scream.
You got your mom in trouble with me now.
Yep. You might have just told on yourself, didn't you? A little bit. Remember, hundreds and thousands of people are listening. We're teasing you. We're just teasing.
We're just having fun.
Yeah, we're just teasing you.
But so the thing is, I think this was just recent. They had a whole bunch more of the elephant killers killings.
Really?
Like in 06, 07. It was like relatively recent. There was like 20 or 30 elephants found, but they're basically right behind the front leg. There's a massive horn hole.
What?
Pierced into the lung cavity.
And they were all like this?
Yeah, and they could only theorize that it was very, very similar to rhino kills on elephants, but the horn was a lot larger, and the weight of the animal from the underside was a lot heavier than a rhino. So basically, a rhino will do that to jab elephants, and they have pierced elephants, and they kill elephants every once in a while. But it's hard for even a rhino to kill an elephant.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about the third heaviest land animal is still a lot smaller than an elephant.
Okay.
So
Elephant's number one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
both African and Asians are pretty close, but Africans are bigger.
Is hippo number 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I lumped the elephants in together.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I
But,
would have done the same thing.
So these holes will go like into both lungs, and it's almost like they picked up the elephant when they were doing it.
What the?
It's a cool cryptid. He brought it up. I didn't even know he would know about it. It's not a very popular one, even in our cryptid circles.
But this is recent.
Yeah, the only reason I seen it is because there was a protected herd of elephants for genetics.
And that found him dead?
Yeah, and they were freaking out. And they thought it was... First, they thought it was poachers trying to describe hide killings.
But
with
I'm
a
sure
myth.
the tusks were still there, weren't
Tusks
they?
were still there. So they weren't really sure. They were really getting worried because these are a certain genetic pool of elephants they needed to keep around. And there's like 30 of them dead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I would have freaked out too.
So what do you think it is? I pointed at William. I always forget that people aren't seeing
Oh, yeah,
us.
that's true, yeah.
He's thinking.
The gears are turning.
Master cryptozoologist William.
Future Tom Slick.
What was the question again?
What do you think the elephant killer is?
A triceratops with a broken crown.
Yeah, because they do describe it kind of funky. But it's almost like it's like he was saying, it's almost like the top of the crest is missing,
Oh, okay.
but it has a side crest.
Yeah, like 2 big ears.
But so that's one thing people say is like an elephant's ears.
Oh, okay.
Other people say that it's so a lot of like there's giraffes and rhinos both had some wacky headgear. Mm-hmm. And there was some, both sets of families that had these big protrusions off the side of the face.
Yeah.
And they were bony protrusions.
Interesting.
So they think it may, like, one theory is an Ice Age holdover, some kind of mammal.
Yeah, yeah.
The other theory is, like William said, the Triceratops is hanging on.
Yeah,
or a other ceratopsian.
Right. A
Big
remnant.
family.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So what cryptid do you want to talk about next? I know you got your thing. Why don't we end on that one? William's been carrying around this pamphlet. Oh, we talk about it.
Let's just get into it, yeah.
So talk about it. Say the name.
The Flatwoods Monster.
Bum, bum, bum. Have you listened to our episode on the Flatwoods Monster yet?
Nope.
I know. Your mom's behind.
Can I read the pamphlet?
Yeah, go ahead. He's got this. So he found the pamphlet I had on my bookshelf, and he's been carrying it around all day. He loves it.
It was in your car.
Or in my car, yeah. Go ahead.
In the town of Flatwoods, West Virginia, on the 12th of September in 1952, a group of
Oh, I can't see the word, sorry. Witnesses.
ran to the Fisher farm after a bright object streaked across the sky and landed on a nearby hill above the farm. Kathleen
You're doing great.
May, her sons and their friends saw a pulsing
Pulsing.
Yep. I
red
can't
light
read very
near
well.
the top of the hill, and to their left in the woods they sensed movement and saw shining eyes staring back at them. When they aimed a flashlight in that direction, it revealed a towering figure with a round red face surrounded by a pointed hood. The monster was observed only momentarily, as suddenly it imitated a hissing sound and glided toward the group. Terror seized them as they ran to escape the horror that found them.
You did better than me.
I
I was going to say, I do this for a living.
was going to say, he's doing better than you.
I know. I think he's no replacement in the show. That was great, William. So, woo! Thank you, William.
I heard the clapping. That was
Yeah.
nice.
Well, so what do you think? So you have a picture of the Flatwoods Monster on the front of that. So what was the first thing you said to me? Do you remember what you said when you picked that up?
Oh, was it a ghost?
Or no, you asked if it was a girl.
Oh, yeah.
Why did you ask me if it was a girl? Because she has a pretty dress. And I said, yeah, I'm going to go with it.
It could be, yeah. I never thought about that before.
It's really one of, it was only seen for 2 days, and it was one of my favorite cryptids. It's up there. It never...
It actually might be something, and it might not be a cryptid, a ghost, or alien.
Yep, there we
It
go.
might actually be a new species, which is it's not a spirit. It's like what hides behind spirits.
Oh, interesting.
Starts with a D.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to say it?
Yeah, demons.
Yeah, okay.
It might be a demon.
That could be,
But
yeah.
We
it
talk
might
about
be a
them a lot.
harmless demon,
There's no such thing as a harmless demon.
like one that just stands there like.
I think it was a lost alien. Because it acted kind of like it was lost and scared. And it was big and scary. It was over 10 foot tall. Do you know how big 10 foot is? So my Bigfoot outside is 8. So he's 2 foot taller than my Bigfoot. So it'd be you standing on top of my Bigfoot. is how big that guy is, or that girl is.
And it's floating.
And it produced a noxious gas. So it produced a really smelly gas that made people sick.
So she must have ate cabbage before they found her.
She might have just went to the farm and just ate some cabbage.
Yeah.
There we go. So what do you think about the Flatwoods Monster? Do you believe that they saw it?
Yes.
Yeah, so do we.
I think it would be spooky to see in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be scared of it? Have you seen a giant floating, glowing thing like that coming
Yeah.
at you?
The only thing that I'm super duper scared of is the creepy movies with like the glowing eyes just coming at the forest.
Yeah, we have a lot of cryptids that have the glowing eyes.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
The Mothman had glowing red eyes, but he never hurt anybody. Purposely, he never hurt anybody.
Yep.
I think I saw like a gigantic one on the way to Ohio.
The Mothman or owl?
Mothman, complete red eyes, staring straight at all the cars.
Oh, you told me about that. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
seen on a light tower, but there was like two big red lights right next to each other that look like giant eyes.
Huh. Interesting.
And I was trying to look. I don't ever think that they put two reds together. It's normally a red and then a yellow.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Because you're supposed to be able to tell which direction you're coming from them at.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Like a boat.
Yeah. Oh,
stern lights.
That's why it's up. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I've never heard of two red together, so that was interesting he had. So you may have saw something cool.
Good observation.
Yeah, it was like a adult.
Like a
Because,
big
like-
Mothman.
Yeah, because there's probably only like more than 1,000 Mothmans, as everyone has only seen one. And
Yeah, I
that's
think you're
the
right.
Same one.
I couldn't find any stories where they've seen more than one Mothman.
Together.
Yeah.
Is there any stories where one person has seen a Mothman multiple times?
Yes.
Okay.
well, there's
Yes. Especially in Point
actually
Pleasant.
Okay.
there's actually a curse that Mothman has. That it was a human that got cursed, and he could morph into a Mothman.
Ooh.
It was a teenage boy.
What was his name?
I don't know. It
Did
was
you
like,
read that in a book?
It was
Do you remember the name of the book?
Can I go get it?
Yeah, go ahead. We're going to take a break, guys. We'll be right back.
Yay.
So, huh?
The clapping sound effect.
Oh.
Woo! Oh, I got fat fingers. So, William's the guy that was cursed and turning into the Mothman, was actually the comic book in the back of Mothman Behind the Red Eyes by Jeff Wormsley.
Which was
Wormsley? Did we decide his last name?
maybe, but I don't remember what we decided on. Jeff. Jeff
sorry,
W.
Jeff, because we're hoping to have him on the show. Oh, put that down, William. No, not right now.
It's a little loud on the mics. We're here to talk about some more monsters and stuff and cryptids.
Yeah. I think I know one that we should talk about. It's in this book.
Ooh. What do you have? Got a bowl in my throat. What you got on your mind here?
Was it the one without a head?
Nope.
What was that one?
Grafton.
The Grafton monster.
Something creepy. And you know which one.
Oh, which one? Is it the Tommy Knockers?
No, the one that you told me to skip.
Oh, there's a couple. There's a lot in that book you should skip.
Oh,
The
man.
one with the creepy face.
Yeah, there's a lot in that book you should skip. But no, you found Tommy Knockers.
This one's the weirdest.
Oh, yeah, the witch cat lady.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's literally a human face on
Yeah,
cats.
on a cat.
Oh, that's strange.
A gigantic.
Here, let's put the
Cat.
book down and we'll scoot you up.
Yeah, let's get back up to the mic.
I'm just going to sit down. We'll talk about some more famous cryptids.
Yeah.
Like the Frogman.
Ooh.
No.
You don't like the Frogman?
Nope.
Why not?
Because.
Oh,
He's-
okay. Fair enough.
He's like a staple on this show.
Yeah, look, we got his picture up on the wall up there.
There are several Frogmans in this office. Well, there's about 25
that
T-shirts behind Jay that have Frogman.
Frogman all over it.
But which one?
The one with the blood on the side?
The White River Monster. We haven't covered that one on the show yet, but it'll be a coming up one. So the White River Monster was supposed to be the size of a train coal car. So do you know how big that is? You ever seen a train go by? You seen one, you know how trains are sections? You never seen a train? You haven't seen a train?
I've gone on one, but I haven't seen one running with like coal on it.
Oh, don't worry about the coal part. So you know each section of the train, they get their pieces. That's the size of one of those pieces. Big.
That's a big old boy.
So he's supposed to be in the White River in Arkansas. He was seen with having 2 horns on his back or on his head, and an armored back. The top being darker than the bottom. So he was famous for coming up underneath boats and picking them up on his back on accident and then swimming away with them. So a lot of times boats would get stuck on his back. There was a story that one White River Monster had 3 boats stuck, dragging him along.
Good gosh.
And some of them say that there was anchors would get stuck on him as he was swimming.
Yeah.
So manatees, when I'm in Florida, they do that. They'll swim right in the fish lines, get hooks in them.
Oh.
And they don't feel it.
Oh, okay.
Their last couple layers of skin don't have any nerve endings.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So they don't even freak out or nothing. They'll get big hooks in them.
Yeah, they don't even know.
And they're the size of small cars.
Yeah.
So they just pull all your line out.
You think it could be like a big old manatee?
I think if it's anything, it's a big old elephant seal.
I think it's
But otherwise, I think it could be a what?
a otter-like ferret
An otter-like ferret.
with 2 horns on the head and is gray and has darker armored skin at the top with no nerves.
So a big water ferret.
Big water ferret.
That's a big
Yeah.
water ferret. Another thing could be there's a couple different reports. There's seems to be 2 different cryptids that share the same name.
Okay.
So we see this with stuff like the chupacabra.
Or the Bigfoot.
Yeah, there's a couple of Bigfoot that are very different, but they share the same name.
Mm-hmm.
So there seems to be 2 for the White River.
Okay.
There's that thing up there, and they've been seen in groups. That's why I painted them in a group.
Ah,
So they've
okay.
been seen in groups of 2 and 3 and stuff like that. Or there's the giant fish that's supposed to have big gnarly teeth that hang out of its head. But the weird thing is it matched a fossil fish almost to a T. People were drawing this thing, and then the fish was discovered.
No way.
It's called a Zavactin.
What the heck's that?
So it's kind of like a prehistoric giant swordfish without the sword. And
Okay.
instead of a sword, they just had a big battering ram of teeth in their head.
Oh.
People called them 70-mile blenders.
So they just swim really fast and ram you?
Yeah, basically they just open their mouth and just stab into something.
Right, yeah.
And then that's how and then they eat each other. There was a famous Zavactin that was 30 foot long, had a 20-foot one hanging out of its mouth by just the last 10 foot, and then it died.
That's kind of sounds like me at a buffet. I just run at it with mouth open.
So which one is scarier of the White River monsters? The big guy like that, or the big toothy fish? The big toothy fish has eaten people.
Oh.
Big toothy fish.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
The other one has been pretty calm.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty chill dude. Just swim up, pick your boat up, give you a ride a little bit. And doesn't mean any harm.
I think they actually had an organized hunting party for it, and they never got it. But supposedly, police officers, I think, if I remember the right cryptid, it was a big deal. They had... Yes, sir.
I'm having another thing in my mind. It's another thing that I'm discovering.
Okay, tell us.
It's like the same thing, except it's getting dragged by something. You know that lady that goes in the vents?
Oh, yeah, you were talking about her.
Yeah, it's her, except she's getting dragged by something else.
One of his horror games he watches played.
Oh, yeah?
No, it's actual... I've never seen it in a movie or game.
Oh, so what is it? It's just a thought in your head? Or what?
It's probably just a warning.
Well, let's talk about it.
Well, maybe we'll talk about that off the air.
Okay.
But, what were we saying? The White River Monster. Yeah. But what about another big famous lake monster you were talking about? the Loch Ness Monster.
Nessie.
Yes.
Probably, it's a tie between the two most known, between her and Bigfoot.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's got to be the two most famous cryptids.
I would say.
Everyone knows who the Loch Ness Monster is, yeah.
So, what do you think she is? Or tell us, what do you think about her?
She shouldn't be a cryptid. There's actually a match that her and a dinosaur are actually something alike.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember what the name of that dinosaur is?
Plesiosaur.
Yep.
Interesting.
And a lot of people think that.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think she's dangerous?
She's not.
How old do you think she is?
Like 10,000?
Yeah, that's pretty old. Do you think there's more than one?
I think she's the only survivor.
Oh, she's the last of her kind.
Interesting.
Do you think they taste good?
I think they taste like this.
That don't sound very good.
No, it doesn't sound very appetizing. It sounds like eating English food.
Yeah. You know why? You know how you know English food's bad?
Oh.
Because you have to they put vinegar all over it to make
Yeah.
it taste better.
Yeah, if you got to put vinegar on something.
Do you know where the Loch Ness Monster lives?
Obviously, Scotland.
Good job.
Yeah, I won't. You don't even know how many people get that wrong and say Ireland.
Oh, right, yeah. Or even, they don't even know where it is at all on the map.
Any other cryptids you want to talk about?
It's in the book.
Okay, let's go through.
It's
So this book he keeps pointing at. And we actually met this lady.
Which book is it?
Monsters, Cryptids, and Mystery Wild Beasts of Ohio, West Virginia, Maryland, and beyond. It's Jen Quakenbush.
Did I meet her?
Yeah. Or I don't know if you did. I met her at the Ohio Bigfoot Conference.
Maybe I did. It's hard. I met so many people that day. That was my first exposure to the Bigfoot community. Or the cryptid community.
The Ohio River Manta Ray.
no, it's back.
Oh, that
back.
one's in there? Mm-hmm. That's a famous one in our minds.
The Ohio River Monster.
Nope.
The Cumberland Dragon.
Nope. It's like a. I think it's a ghost.
Oh, we're not going to talk about ghosts. How about the giant birds, Thunderbirds?
No.
Okay. There's Wendigos in here.
Ooh. We're going to talk about them soon.
Well,
Wait,
the time this one
who's
comes out, it's
that?
already came
Who's
out.
that?
Oh, yeah.
That's the famous Tom Slick. He was a monster hunter. Oh, how about this one? You love this one.
What?
The Vegetable Man.
Vegetable Man.
Yes!
What's the Vegetable
Yes,
Man?
oh my gosh.
Is it the guy that just all eats his vegetables?
No, it's actually a blood-sucking alien that seems to be of a plant species.
Like a Venus flytrap?
No, like it's a sentient plant that walks around.
Oh, okay. Like you ever played the game Plants vs. Zombies?
Yeah,
So like one of them plants.
yeah, but with feet.
Right, yeah. There's some of them I think have feet or something. Oh, like actual feet?
Yeah, no, it walks around, and it's from
Wait.
Fairmont, West Virginia.
The shadow on your face reminds me of, I think, a cryptid. It's like something where, like, it's like a vulture, except it has, like, arms instead of wings, and its legs are super long. And the arms are super long.
Is it Bat Squatch? No?
It exists.
Do you know who Bat Squatch is?
No.
Oh, we haven't listened to our episode on that one yet?
Nope.
Oh, that's a good one.
What about the Bigfoot Apple Devil?
I haven't heard of that one either.
I want to do indigo.
Wendigo?
Indigo.
So,
When to stay, when to go.
yep.
Yeah. Except it should be when to stay, never go.
Never go.
Oh, I may steal that.
Since don't they kill people and
Yes.
things? Yeah, so
They're not nice.
when to come, never go.
Yeah, you won't if you see one. I think.
So do you know how somebody becomes a Wendigo?
Oh, they.
If you know, I'm going to yell at your mom.
Let's see. If
You just go ahead and tell her. I'm not going to yell at your mom.
Yeah, we're teasing you.
They basically, I think there's like two reasons
Okay.
of how to do it. I think one is to whistle in the woods, and you get infected.
That does attract the Wendigo. That's amazing you know that.
Wait, whistling in the woods?
Yes.
Oh, that's not good. Because I whistle constantly.
That and the puckwudgies.
Oh, no. Okay.
How do you know that?
Oh, there's some YouTube videos I watch about that.
Awesome.
That's deep down a rabbit hole. Because they think that that's where it was missing 401 and stuff like that.
Kids whistling?
That they think that it attracts these
boy.
entities like Wendigo.
You're going to have to remind me whenever we go on
Oh, believe me.
our
I'll tell you
excursions.
to shut up.
Okay, because I'm a constant whistler. Mm-hmm. Like I was whistling.
Okay, so how else do you become a Wendigo?
You stay in the woods for like hours and hours and hours with someone else until you get hangry and the only choice you get is to eat your friend.
You are right. I have to have a talk with your mother. But you are correct. That is one of the most famous ways to become a Wendigo is cannibalism.
Interesting.
And it's normally a loved one, like you were saying.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, that's crazy. But that's why Wendigos kind of look like people, but not quite, because they start turning into something more like a demon. They start getting disfigured, and later on, they start wearing the head of an elk, or like the skull and the stuff, or they actually start turning into that. And yeah, that's crazy. You're going to be a great cryptozoologist. You know all this stuff already. I didn't even know about Bigfoot till we seen one. So, what do you think? How do you stop a Wendigo? You've talked about how you become a Wendigo. You talked about how to attract a Wendigo. How do you defeat a Wendigo?
I think the same way you defeat a werewolf.
With what?
Metal.
Like silver? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know about silver. I'll have to look into that. But I know a big one is fire, because they're born of cold. They like the really cold climates.
Interesting.
So they can deal with warm, but they do not like actual fire.
Too hot.
Because they're kind of like a walking dead body. So when they start getting warm, they decompose faster.
Sure must need like a plasma gun.
I mean, yeah. There was an old famous sci-fi movie that had called Loch Ness. Going back, they had a microwave gun. And I thought,
nice.
that basically it would cook a square of meat off of a monster.
There's people on YouTube that you can make microwave guns and stuff too, and it's pretty interesting. Like they'll do that stuff, but they'll also like turn on light bulbs and stuff with it. It's actually pretty cool. Because if you point it at a light bulb and it's within close proximity, it'll light up just like normal, even if it's not plugged in, nothing.
So are you scared of Wendigos?
Only if I had a flamethrower, I would be scared.
You mean you wouldn't be scared?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't ever have to worry about Wendigos. You know why?
Why?
They live super far north. Like up with the Yetis.
So there's like...
Where snow's constant. It doesn't ever stop snowing.
Like way up.
Way up.
The northern, what's that? Arctic Circle.
Yeah, the Arctic Circle. Sorry, Pear.
Yep. Good luck.
We have a buddy that lives above that line. So he lives with Wendigos and Yetis and Dogmen.
He lives in Sweden.
That's why they have a lot of guns and they drink a lot of adult beverage.
And trolls.
And trolls. Trolls are about the least. Trolls are at the bottom of the list.
Up there for them.
Yeah. They got a lot more to worry about.
Right, yeah.
What do you think? You ever heard of a puckwudgie?
No, but I've heard of creepy stuff like gnomes.
Yeah. Gnomes actually scare me.
Yeah, because the only reason that I'm saying that is because if you see a gnome and then you walk like up like a staircase and then you see that same gnome staring straight at you. Mm-hmm. Like, say like you saw...
You're talking like a garden gnome?
Yeah, and then you like see it like looking up at you. Mm-hmm. And down there, you know that place is cursed.
Yes, I'll agree.
I would too, yep.
Didn't you find a garden gnome in a weird spot?
I found one in the middle of the woods up in, Massachusetts. Couldn't think. In the, what triangle? The
Bridgewater Triangle.
Bridgewater Triangle, yeah.
That's close to by you guys.
Yep, I found a garden gnome. Well, we call it a garden gnome. It was completely gray, but it was in I'm assuming someone stuck it in there. It was inside of
You hope someone stuck it in there.
a hollow tree. It was in a hollow tree. But it was really random, like in the middle. I was just walking. I actually happened to turn around and just caught my eye. And I'm like, what is that? And I walked over. There's a gnome in there.
How you not got abducted by one of these animals, these cryptids?
I probably have been. I'll see if I can find that picture real quick. I'll show you.
So yeah, gnomes and puckwudgies and trolls scare me. Because they're little tiny, they're mischievous.
I mean, trolls, I would not want in my house. Because I've seen what happens to people with trolls in their house. They literally go through everything.
Yeah, they're like little raccoons.
There we go.
Ooh.
You want to see the gnome I found? You see him?
Oh, shoot.
Right there he is. I'll zoom in for you.
Let's see him.
Oh.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
But like I said, you can look around. There's nothing. We're in the middle of the
that's
woods.
Weird. I don't like
weird.
it.
I probably shouldn't have took his picture. He's probably
Coming for you.
in my phone now.
It's just no, he's coming for you to reclaim the phone.
To get his picture back. No, I think it's probably fine because that picture probably would have disappeared by now or something weird.
Well, he's walking. It's a long walk.
That's true. Oh man, yeah, that was fun. That was
you
cool.
wanted to talk about? You love this book. You wanted to talk about? Oh, I just seen it. The Pensacola python, or the
Ooh.
Peninsula python.
The peninsula. Sorry, I just keep on getting brain farts.
It's all right.
And this is actually in Ohio, in Summit County.
Oh wow.
It's a super Titan boa sized snake.
Okay.
So what do you think? So a giant snake in Ohio, like a big python, like 30-foot long. Do you think it could be out there?
Nah, I think I think it was just someone's imagination, and
Yeah.
they just saw a python and assumed that it was super long. Because
I think you're 100% right.
because there was two pythons, and one was deep into ground, tail was up.
Mm-hmm.
The one.
So people used to
Head
call me to remove snakes from houses and stuff like that. And every time we'd get a call, they'd be like, this snake's 8 foot long. This snake's 10 foot long. And you get there and this snake is 4 foot long, 3 foot long.
Yeah.
And it's it's the size, it's as thick as one of your fingers. And they were talking about it like it was an anaconda
Right.
coming to eat their kids.
Oh man,
And it's like a little corn snake.
that's hilarious.
I'm like, all right, I got him in the bucket. He wasn't hard. I just picked him up and then I'm going to sit him outside.
What's the biggest snake you ever found out in the wild here in Ohio?
In the wild in Ohio,
Yeah.
would be either a rat snake. Yeah, it'd have to be a black rat snake here in Ohio. They get upwards of 7 foot long
Oh.
and can weigh a couple pounds.
Do they look like gardener snakes?
No, they're like jet black
Jet black? Okay.
hoses.
Okay. Would one possibly be by Hog Creek?
Yeah, they're up here. They're rarer.
Okay.
But-
Because when me and my friend, this time we were 12, 13 years old, we'd always cruise up and down the creek looking for carp and stuff. And we seen this thing, it looked like a rubber hose, almost like a rubber hose, like a scaly rubber hose or a piece of trash, just barely a big bend of it coming out of the rocks near the creek. And so we stopped and we're like, oh, what's that? He's like, I don't know. And he went over there and he touched it with his finger. And right when he poked it, the biggest snake I've ever seen just come flying up out of that and shot down towards the creek.
So it could have been that. Was it all black or did it have any color?
Again, no, it didn't have any color. It was all the same color.
It's probably a black rat.
Oh, cool. I just figured gardener snake.
No, they don't get bigger than a pencil. They get
Oh.
long, but they don't get really thick.
Yeah, this one was
No.
oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Black rat snake.
Okay, that had to be it then.
The only negative thing, so let's see, what would she be to you? I'm trying to think. It would be your great-great-great-grandmother, William. So a long time ago. She was still alive just till recent. She loved snakes. And she had 3 black rat snakes she kept in the barn as pets. And she would bring them down a saucer of milk. And the black rat snakes would drink out of the milk.
That's amazing.
And the thing the snakes did, everybody in the family hated the snakes, but they never messed with them because the snakes kept the rats out of the barn.
Oh, yeah.
And Grandma Audrey was the only one, and she'd have them play in her, she'd have this big rat snake that would be the head in her hair. And then she was famous for having her pockets full of gardener snakes.
That's craziness.
And she would just take one, and it was literally almost like magic. She'd pick up one, it would be biting her and stuff like that, and she'd be like, you stop that, and just pet its head, and then she'd put it in her pocket or put it in her hair. And then we'd walk around the woods. And that's why I love snakes. And that would be your grandma, Audrey.
Pretty cool, huh?
So you remember Grandpa Ray? So that's his mom.
Is your mind blown right now?
Yep.
Yeah, you look astonished.
So that'd be your great grandmother. No, 3 greats.
Family has a lot of animals in its history.
Yeah, Grandpa Ray hated snakes. Do you know why? So do you know what war he was in?
Civil.
Several.
Civil.
Oh, civil.
No, he was in the Vietnam War. So he was in a little hole with people shooting at him. So he was hiding. And he was in a hole in the ground. And it's pitch black. And these holes were full of rats. So you can't turn on the light, otherwise they'll find you. And he had rats crawling all over his body. That's gross already, right? And then all of a sudden the rats kind of stopped. And he felt something big nudging his leg. Like that. Something big. And he can't move. Because there's people out there looking for him to hurt him. So he has to stay still. He can't turn on the light. And this thing gets bigger. And it keeps pushing up his leg like that. Finally, he's like, I got to know what this thing is. Because it's starting to push him. It's like almost pushing him out of the hole. Is how big this thing is. He lights the match. And he just sees a giant Burmese python. Like, he doesn't know how big it was. But it was big enough it was actually shoving him out of the hole. And he put every bullet he had into that snake. And he got reprimanded and everything because he lit a match to let his position. Then he wasted all his ammo shooting at his feet.
Yeah.
And they went out the next day after they reclaimed the area. And his boss, basically, couldn't find a piece of the snake bigger than a quarter. That's how much he shredded that snake.
Oh, gosh. So, yeah, he really did shred it with his...
Because Grandpa had to prove that his life was in immediate danger.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, if we go out there and it's a 3-foot snake, you're in so much trouble.
Yeah.
And they couldn't prove it wasn't a 3-foot snake, and they couldn't prove it wasn't a 20-foot snake.
Right, yeah, because he lit it up.
Yeah, a lot of bullets. He turned it into confetti. And that was your Grandpa Ray. That's why he didn't like snakes. But his last couple years with us, he would actually go with me when I'd buy snakes. He'd go to reptile shows. He was fine with them after a long time.
Yeah.
But it took a long... I mean, that's
kind of a traumatic little
That's
experience.
a real thing that happened. That
right.
Would really mess you up. So, don't mess with those. You start to unscrew the mic stands.
Yeah.
You getting tired? Do you want to talk about one more cryptid?
No, more.
Oh, more than one.
Okay. How about you were talking about, what about the goat man?
Ooh. What's a goat man?
It's basically...
Oh, you got talking to the mic.
It's basically a goat connected to a person combined.
Yep.
And basically just shreds up, literally shreds up kids.
Yep.
Like confetti.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh. What part's the goat and what part's the man on it?
Well,
Like, does it have goat feet or goat hands?
it's like a...
Or is it a goat? Is it a person's head with a goat body?
It's a
I think
goat.
that would be scarier.
It's a goat head with goat fur, goat hooves, and then a human-shaped body.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically a goat standing on 2 feet.
Mm-hmm. So do you remember
With hands.
Where do they hang out?
Like this?
No, where do they hang out? Like what's their territory?
Oh, northern
Bridges.
bridges.
No, just bridges.
Oh,
Remember?
bridges.
Train bridges.
Bridges.
Oh, what, do they hide under bridges?
No, they stand on them. They lure you out there.
Oh.
And then you either get got by the train or you get got by them.
Oh, I just watched this video. Maybe this is totally unrelated. I watched it yesterday while traveling. It's a random YouTube video, and there was this story about these 2 kids that had gotten hit by a train, but they found that the kids were already deceased before the train had hit them. Like something had got them, but it was on a train bridge.
That actually is exactly the Goatman's MO. That's 100% connected.
And it's still like an ongoing, because they knew.
So what do we learn from that? Remember we talked about it. What do you never do?
Go on a train bridge.
Yep. That's the
Fair
easiest
enough.
way.
Yep.
Guess where he's never hurt anybody? Not off a train bridge.
There you go.
He only gets you go on his bridge. But the thing is, he'll mimic voices and stuff like that and try to trick you out there.
Ah, okay.
And the whole point is he wants you to pick between running at him and running at the train.
Oh.
Or jumping off the bridge.
Oh, man.
So it's a big, scary thing he likes to do. He's not a good one, right?
Nope.
Yeah. So he's on our do not want to see list.
Wait, does he also kill like teenagers?
Yeah, he'll do anybody. He don't matter. He just likes hurting people.
Yep.
And he also carries an axe.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, even better.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. If Goatman's not scary enough, he's walking around with an axe.
Axe. Yeah. Oh, man.
It's like, have you seen a Bigfoot? That's scary enough. Oh, we said it earlier. You see a Bigfoot in a hockey mask? That's a different thing.
Oh, did he hear about our Defiance Wolf Dogman story?
Oh, I don't know. Do you hear our Defiance Dogman story?
Our episode on that?
nope.
There was a big werewolf that had a big 2x4 over his, and he hit someone with it.
Do you know what a 2x4 is?
No.
It's a piece of wood.
Big piece of wood.
So you know out here on our patio, you know the floor? It's one of those pieces of wood.
He was holding one, and he hit some guy with it.
Like, what is he doing? He has all these claws and stuff, and he hit somebody with like a baseball bat. What do you think he was doing?
He was trying to play baseball.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
People just don't know how to take them.
Right, yeah, he's
I'm
misunderstood.
pretty sure the guy literally jumped. I think he jumped.
I'm sure he did.
I would jump too.
Have you seen a dog man come out with a piece of wood?
Nope.
I'd be like, all right, well, I'm clocking out.
It's probably be like in Scooby-Doo, Shaggy gets scared. He's like, oh.
Zoinks!
And he's like, Scooby, hold me.
You're having too much fun, aren't you?
Yeah. And then they're like back and forth with each other.
And Scooby's like, he's ready.
Have you your voice, Jay?
What?
I don't know. It just made me laugh.
I tried to do my best, Scooby.
It broke my concentration. I was waiting for something to do it. So do you want me to tell you about your Aunt Emily's favorite cryptid?
Yep. Nessie.
Nope. Good guess, though, because she did paint that. You are right. It's called the squonk.
Ooh, do you know what the squonk is?
Can you
There's-
say
there's-
squonk?
Squonk.
There we go.
Good job.
So a squonk is a big, it's not really big, it's like that big, wrinkly, crying, warty, hairy thing. So you ever seen a chewed piece of bubble gum? So put 2 eyes in it, and then roll it in a little bit of hair, and that's what the squonk looks like. And it cries all the time. You know why?
Why?
Because it's so ugly. That's why it cries. I'm not joking. But they live out, actually, by you, where you live. They're harmless. Actually, they're more than harmless. They're, if you touch them, they die.
They'll turn to a puddle.
Yeah. So basically, they run around the woods and they cry, and you can find them by following their tear trail. It'll look like a little creek. And when you find them, if you try to grab them, they turn to water and bubbles.
Basically a puddle of tears.
Because they're so ugly.
And they get made fun of all the time because they're so ugly. Poor little squonk. I'd be his friend, though.
Would you be his friend?
But we couldn't do that to him because it'd be like,
Right. They would turn to water.
they'd be melting.
But would you hang out with him without touching him?
Yeah, you could play like checkers with him or something.
They sound like pretty cool guys.
They're misunderstood.
Wait, are they like a human like that?
No, they're more shaped like a pig.
Then how are you supposed to make checkers out of
They got little fingers.
Yeah. I
It's
don't
like
know.
a pig with hands.
I just said checkers because it's a game you play where you don't have to run into each other. Like football or basketball or something.
Why don't you ask Jay what his favorite cryptid is? Put him on the spot.
Oh, no.
Your turn.
Probably the atmospheric jellies is one of my favorites to think about.
What even is that?
Ooh, it's like a... Well, you know what jellyfish are, right?
Yeah.
And where they live? In the water, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine that, but up in the sky, floating around the sky, and real big. But I think they're harmless. I think.
I think so. I don't think they hurt people.
Wait, are they like? Do they look like actual jellyfish? Are they pink?
Some of them look like jellyfish. Others look like that manta ray in the book. So
Yes.
it's like a stingray shape, but in the sky. Most of the time they're kind of see-through.
Yeah.
There are some of them though that are silver and look like they're made of metal. Mm-hmm. And they glow. They light up. Like remember we were talking about fireflies earlier? They light up like that.
Oh, so they have bacteria in them?
Mm-hmm. He was literally asking me how fireflies light up, and he remembered.
Ah.
No, it was.
It was a joke, but then it turned into a real conversation.
Right. Yeah.
So ask Jay.
because-
Tell Jay the joke.
What is it?
Question.
Well, you're talking to
Yeah,
Mike.
I can't hear you.
Question. Why do lightning bugs light up?
I don't know.
Why do they?
Because they eat light foods. Duh.
Wait, it's the top left.
Top left.
Oh no, it wasn't.
It was not the top,
Top
left.
left. Sorry, it's top right. Oh no, it's that one either. Bottom right. There we go.
Oh my gosh, Jay. I almost hit the right button, and then you convinced me I was wrong.
I'm looking at upside down and through a McDonald's cup.
So yeah, they
They eat light food.
so
That's a good
these
one.
Atmospheric jellyfish can be in all kinds of shapes and sizes. They live up. Remember we went to the space station or the space museum today? So that layer before they leave the Earth, that's where they live. They live way up there.
Then how do you find them?
They come down every once in a while, and people see them.
Or sometimes at night you might see something up in the
Mm-hmm.
sky, but you got to really be looking because they're see-through kind of.
Wait, so I need to use that,
Yes.
yeah?
We'll look tonight. Mm-hmm. What'd you buy? What did I buy you?
A little telescope that can see like
Talking to the mic.
that can see like 1,000,000 miles per hour.
You got a telescope?
Yeah, it's a little one. It's away.
Let 'em go
Not gonna
sit
lie,
there.
I'm kind of jealous.
Mm-hmm.
It's little. Plus, when you look on the big end, it looks like everyone's head is like this small.
Really tiny.
Like this small.
It's like a it's like a pirate one. It's like
Oh,
a
it's-
telescopic
And like
one.
everyone's
Nice.
head is, when you look in the big side, it's like that big.
It turns everyone to ants.
No, it turns our head into ants.
Right, there you go.
You want to know my favorite cryptid?
What?
You got any guesses?
Think. Come on. What do you think his favorite cryptid is?
Did you paint a painting of your favorite?
Not yet. Good observation though. I have not done a painting of her yet, or it. I don't know if they're girls or boys.
Frogman?
Nope. Good guess though. It is an amphibian. So the Trinity's Alps giant salamander.
Oh, I thought it was Turtle Man. It's basically a turtle that walks on 2 feet.
That's Turtle Man
He's got a picture of Turtle Man on the wall.
with your grandpa.
Yeet, yeet. Is that what he says? Mm-hmm. Yeet, yeet.
Yee!
I
Live
think-
action.
I'm serious. I really think I might be distantly related to him.
We'll look that up later.
Because, okay.
So the Trinity's Alps giant salamander lives out in California in the mountains. How big do you think a giant salamander is?
Like that wall to that wall.
That's about the biggest they were seen.
Yeah, it's
in
pretty
10,
good.
12 foot.
Pretty good guess, yeah.
Yep. So most of the
Or
time,
there to like to the end of the house.
no, I think your first guess was right. About the length of the wall is as big as they come, and as small as they've been seen is your size. Could you imagine seeing a salamander as big as you? Do you remember the oxalotls on the front porch? So imagine one of them the same size as you.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a big salamander.
So they're basically as big that a whole entire ocean would be a tank to them.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, they need big tanks if you're going to keep them in. All right, any other cryptids you want to talk about before we go?
Let's use the book.
Here, we'll pick. I'm going to flip through the book. I'm going to
Jay's
stop
gonna
on a
pick one
random
more.
one.
We got time for one more.
I'm going to see if you know what it is. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
All right. Ooh, You open up to the Wampus cat.
Ooh, the one you don't like.
Oh, what are the odds of that? Shoot, you want to talk about this or no?
So
I don't know anything about the Wampus cat.
what do you mean you don't know anything about the Wampus cat, Jay?
Wait, do I? We didn't do an episode on
If
this,
you don't
did we?
know
It
about
was
the
a paid
Wampus
promotion
cat,
episode.
you're not on these
Oh,
episodes
shoot.
anymore.
Yeah, okay. You're right. I remember now. Yes.
I was like, what do you mean? I did so much research for the Wampus cat episode.
You know, we go through so many cryptids.
I know. I was like, what do you mean? Even or something.
Yeah.
So you know what's cool about the Wampus cat? It's kind of like a supervillain. So it's got a claw inside of its arm that it shoots out to catch eagles.
Yep, I do remember this
It
now.
catches it right out of the air.
Oh,
And it loves eating eagles.
so it's like the seagulls.
Well, yeah, but it eats everything.
Oh shoot! We better run.
Do you know how to get rid of a Wampus cat? So do you know how to hurt a Wampus cat?
Same thing with werewolves,
Nope.
except in the head.
So I'm trying to remember. You can hurt a male and a female different ways. So a male is what is it called? Rust iron?
That fungus, or it's like a mushroom, or
Yeah. So you got to rub a mushroom into its fur, and the other one you have to saw its head off. Oh no, it was very weird. You remember that?
Yes.
One was like just brutal trauma, and the other one was a mushroom.
yeah, exactly.
You can't saw the other one's head off.
And-
You can only saw the one off, and it has to be a tree saw.
Yeah, it has a specific saw. But I remember we had a conclusion. You rub the saw in the mushroom first, and then
It
you're
doesn't matter which one you're hitting.
Yep, you're gonna get it.
So, do you know how you get rid of a Wampus cat? Do you want to just scare it away? Use your ears hurting?
Yeah.
You could take the headphones off for a bit.
Yeah, it gets sweaty sometimes in here.
Do you want to... So, you know how to scare away a Wampus cat?
No.
So, basically, you have to summon a fish that likes cheese. You remember that?
Vaguely.
The fish is called a wife and poof.
Okay, yes.
It's a tiny fish, but guess what it eats?
But
Wampus cats. It's like a piranha.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a whole bunch of them. They just eat up the Wampus cat.
so it's like this small.
About like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Wampus cat's like the size of a tiger.
It's a big buddy.
But yeah, so some people like Wampus cats. Some people don't. There was a group that loved them because they were eating all the eagles. So the turkeys were doing better.
Ah.
And then there was a group, I can't remember. There's an actual group that exists that's against the Wampus cat. And I can't remember. It has the goofiest name.
Ooh.
You remember?
I don't remember the name.
People Against Wampus Cat or something like that. It's something goofy. And all they go out is they just protest against the Wampus Cat. They want a federal season on them.
Wait, is the name the Doofy Goompers or the butt swaggers?
Something like that.
Did you say Goofy Goobers?
Or the butt swaggers?
The Butt Swaggers. That sounds like them. That's a funny name.
I think that'll be our after hours podcast name.
Yeah.
The
we start
butt
doing-
swaggers.
Oh gosh, I'll get some art made for that.
All right. So I think that's all for cryptid. What do we call this? Cryptid conversations.
Yeah, Cryptid Convos with William.
Yep. So we're gonna sign out, William. You ready?
Yep.
Get up to the mic. You're gonna
Yep.
say your name when we're done. Ready? So I've been the famous Mr. E.
And I've been the infamous Jay.
And I'm the new guy,
Which is?
William.
And together we are Cryptids of the Corn podcast. We'll catch you next week with some more amazing spooky cryptids. All right, guys.
You've been listening to Cryptids of the Corn. Be sure to join us in the next episode where we tantalize your intellect and expand the horizons of your mind. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we really appreciate it. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Until then, stay magical.